Yo, let's get it. Yo, let's go, let's get it. Live from the mic with the vibes explicit. Hosted by Buddy, the legend in the game. Laughter, stories, you'll never be the same. Yeah, Buddy, it's that podcast flair where the stars align and we venture to share. Yeah. Step into the studio, lights shining bright. Buddy Rahming's got the crew and the vibes just right. From comedians to actors, models and more. Entertainment biz, we're ready to explore. Chilling with legends, having heart-to-heart chats. Discussing personal journeys, no tips or hacks. With laughs that echo and stories that amaze. Every episode's a treat, let the conversation blaze. Yeah, buddy, welcome to the show.
Yes. What's going on, world? This is your man, Buddy Rahming, and we are back at it, y'all, with another episode of, you know what it is, the Yeah Buddy podcast. So if you're a returning friend to the show, thank y'all for tuning back in, man. I appreciate all the support and all the love. And if you're a new friend to the show, man, you know how we do. Every episode, I try to bring some of my friends in the entertainment business, whether they're actor, filmmaker, comedian, and we just sit down, talk shop, and see what we got going on in this business. This is a different episode. Well, special episode, I guess, part 2 of the One Buddy After Another special edition, where me, special co-host Brandon Larson, we sit down and we talk about award season. More specifically, the feature film One Battle After Another, because it was filmed right here in our hometown of Sacramento, California. We both worked on it. If you didn't get a chance to hear our experience about it, you go check out the last episode and see what we had going on, talk about our experience working on One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, and Regina Hall, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, a whole bunch of A-list actors, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And I think last time we talked about the Critics' Choice Awards, and what was it else?
Golden Globes.
Oh, the Golden Globes. That's right, the Golden Globes. So this episode, we're going to sit down. We're going to talk about the NAACP Image Awards. They just released the nominations are up. I know those awards are coming up soon. And then a little later on to the episode, we're going to get into our predictions for the where we feel One Battle After Another will land as far as the Oscar nominations. So we got a pretty good episode lined up for y'all. Brandon, my man, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's a special day for sure. And so, yeah, just how about yourself, buddy? How are you doing?
Man, I spent my day at work, so that's how I spent Martin Luther King Day. Hey, what are you gonna do? Target, hey. For sure. But no, man, let's just get right into it. Right into it right now. The NAACP Image Awards. Right now, I believe One Battle After Another was nominated for 3 awards. Three awards.
That's right. 3 awards. We've got Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, and then Outstanding Breakthrough Performance in a Motion Picture. So there's 5 actresses up for Outstanding Supporting Actress. You've got Janelle James for One of Them Days, Jamie Lawson for Sinners, Regina Hall for One Battle After Another, Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another, and then Wumi, this is a hard one to pronounce, Wumi Masaku for Annie in Sinners.
It's funny. We was practicing. Well, you was practicing that before we was recording, but it's always once the camera start rolling. That's how I felt when I was doing the podcast interview with you and Dania. I was saying her name. I kept saying her name like before we was recording. I was like Dania.
Yeah.
And then once the camera started rolling, I'm like, what was it again?
Wunmi Masaku. Yeah, Wunmi Masaku.
Yeah. Shout out to Dania too. Shout out to Dania, good friend Absolutely. Of the podcast. Yeah. Show. So let's get right into it. The NAACP Image Awards, the things that we was talking about this before that's really, really cool about the NAACP Awards is that it's one of the few award shows where it's open to the public to vote. You know, say the fans get to vote for the winner. So it's really more of I don't know, I feel like, I mean, Oscars and all that stuff are important, but I think it's always cool to win an award that's voted upon by people who actually go to the movies or sit down and watch TV or listen to music, whatever it may be. People are actually like ingesting all this stuff.
For sure, yeah, and I like how it's set up that it's more of a popular vote that like I actually voted, and so that was really cool to see all the categories, and I think that's a great way to do awards. It's a fair way to do it.
Yeah. So let's get right into these here nominees. Where are we going to start with? You want to start with
Yeah, so we just gave all the outstanding supporting actress in a motion picture. And so we have two from One Battle After Another, Regina Hall and Tiana Taylor, both of which did really well. So that's, I think if my vote, it's going to be for Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to go with. But I can't take away Regina Hall's performance too. I felt that was strong as well. So that's a tough decision because that's really competitive.
Yeah.
Category.
And
what do you say?
Yeah. No, most definitely. I think even all of them, like Jamie Lawson, you know who I didn't realize that she played the mayor in the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Yeah. So she definitely got some range to her. I love me some Jamie Lawson. And then Janelle James, as long as she does something similar to Ava on Abbott Elementary, I love anything Janelle James. So yeah. And then of course we got Wunmi Musaka. Wonderful actress. Wonderful actress. So talented.
Definitely.
Yeah. I would love to see Wunmi win the award, but I do got with your. I'm leaning more towards with what you're saying with Tiana Taylor taking home the supporting actress award. I think especially because how we're talking about like this is the popular vote, by the public. I think Tiana's just doing a wonderful job this award season of just being everywhere. Like you legit cannot escape her right now.
She's entertainer of the year.
Yeah,
she would be.
Yeah, she's also nominated for that. Yeah, also nominated for that. Yeah.
I would vote for her on that too. To be honest, like I'm between her and Michael B. Jordan for that award, and so I was looking at that. I'm like, yeah, she's nominated for a Grammy for The Escape Room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like that's a phenomenal year for somebody, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no, this is definitely the year of Tiana. So I'm about like anybody in these category range, y'all just kind of have to take a step back and just let her get her moment right now. Let her get her flowers, which is well deserved.
Yeah, she may win multiple awards.
Yeah. The thing, what I think that would probably, because if she doesn't win, my next one would have to be Wunmi, and I feel like because Sinners has been so overlooked as far as like the award shows go right now, I feel like the NAACP Image Awards will be where the Sinners team kind of makes up for those losses. I honestly feel like outside of this award right here, the best supporting actress, I think Sinners might just sweep whatever award. I think they're nominated for 18, but I think they're going to end up sweeping. Yeah,
pretty close to it, right? Like that was a really phenomenal movie. I think you have to see it in the theaters to do it justice, though. I don't think it's going to be the same experience for you if you're just watching it on your TV. I think that way for a lot of movies, right? Like just going to the theaters, bigger screen, better sound. Like it's more of an experience if you're going to see these in the theater. I would love to see them all if I could afford it, like in the theaters. But you kind of have to pick and choose what you're going to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then same with Jamie Lawson with Sinners. Like I said, the only reason why I don't think she'll win is because like now you got Wunmi and that same thing. That's kind of tough where you have two actors or two actresses from the same movie competing for the kind of like the same award, because especially if the movie's good.
Oh yeah, that's really tough. And plus, there's that idea that it's your teammates too. So I don't think there's any animosity or anything. I think it's just good to just be nominated for something like this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like with like Regina Hall and stuff like that. I think she kind of recognizes this is Tiana's moment and stuff like that. She's all like, I feel like everybody from One Battle After Another, as far as like the actors that are winning the awards and stuff like that, I feel like all of them kind of just leaned into like, this is Tiana time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yep. And then Janelle James, I love me some Janelle James. She got an outside shot of winning, but I wonder if she was voted for. She's probably nominated in the TV part for Abbott Elementary, so she'll probably win that award.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, continue what you saying.
I was going to say the other one that we were going to talk about was outstanding breakthrough performance in a motion picture. That was the other category that One Battle After Another was nominated for, in terms of Chase Infinity and her breakout performance or breakthrough performance. I would say my vote would be for her. How about you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. So we have, as far as those nominees go, Chase Infinity from One Battle After Another, ASAP Rocky from Highest to Lowest, Miles Canton from Sinners, Tabitha Brown from Unexpected Christmas, and Tyreek Withers from Him. You know what? Man, that's a tough one. I would love to see Chase Infinity win something, but I feel like the NAACP Awards is going to be like Sinners Oscars,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just what that's just the feeling that I'll get. I would love to see her to win something, but man, I'm kind of leaning towards Miles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of have Miles coming in. I don't think it's an upset, but I know because we're talking mostly about One Battle After Another, I feel like if there is an upset, this is where it would be at. I feel like, and I gotta kind of have to lean towards Miles with that one. Even though I love what Chase Infinity did.
Tyreek Withers, I think, is also a really good actor. Seeing him in Him, the movie Him, I enjoyed and believed his performance that he was a quarterback. And that's a really tough category because everybody was good. And so I think that's maybe why they leave it up to the voters to decide, right? Because they don't actually have to decide. It's up to us to decide that.
Yep.
So it's probably even more meaningful, wouldn't you say, as an actor to win an award like this? It's coming from the people. Wouldn't that matter more?
I think so. Most definitely. I mean, I think it kind of goes back to like the saying, like where people used to want an Oscar, but now they want an action figure. They'd rather be an action figure than win an Oscar. That goes back to, people actually liking you. The public liking you, liking what you're doing and stuff like that. And then shout out to Tabitha Brown. I'm unfamiliar with the work. I'm gonna have to go watch this Unexpected Christmas. But the thing that I love about what stands out about this is that when you look at this, like besides like A$AP Rocky, I think is in like his 30s or whatever. But all these other like breakthrough performances, they're in their 20s and stuff like that, young adults. But I don't know what Tabitha Brown. I gotta go follow this Tabitha Brown lady. But to see her have a breakthrough performance and like obviously if it's a breakthrough, say this is one of her first roles or whatever it may be. To see her up there with this sort of young cast or whatever. it's inspirational because there's no age when it comes to breaking through in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's a good point. And I think it's also that introduction, like maybe a lot of people might not know these individuals' work. And so
Yeah.
I think this can catapult them just being nominated personally,
Hmm.
getting your
Yeah.
name out there, getting the
Hmm.
recognition that you deserve for all the years, that the hard work that you're putting in, because there's so much training involved. There's years, like doctors spend 8+ years learning to be a doctor. Well, you never stop that learning, right? Even as an
Hmm.
actor, like I did 4 years at a university, and that training still continued after that, doing an intensive, and you want to keep doing those things. You want to get a coach. I had a coach, a really great one. And so, that's the type of stuff that you have to do daily, because it's like being an athlete, wouldn't you say? You're
Hmm.
constantly working at your craft. And the minute you stop, you get rusty.
Yep. Yep. Almost harder than being an athlete, because at least athletes, when it comes to athletes, like there's like I don't want to say like a shelf life, but like a time span as far as like being an athlete. But like with being an actor, you got to keep going. As long as you still have the dream, then you got to keep going, keep going, keep going, and keep growing. So that's shout out to Miss Tabitha Brown. And then we got Mr. ASAP Rocky, highest to lowest. Did you catch it? Highest to lowest?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I watched that Spike Lee film.
Mm,
And yeah, I enjoyed, probably, I would say the first half was the strongest of the film, and then it kind of slows down a bit.
yeah.
It's that idea of somebody getting like kidnapped, and being in the entertainment industry. Denzel does a good job of it. I don't know that it was his best, but it certainly was good. And same with
Yeah.
Spike Lee. I mean, I thought it was an okay film, but it wasn't their best. Would you
Mm.
agree with
Yeah.
that,
I
or do
felt,
you think?
yeah. Yeah. I heard there was like some hiccups as far as like it took a while for it to get made. And then I
Okay,
think that with this, movie, just because Spike Lee and Denzel have such a long history together, they're allowed to have that. And
right.
then two, I think because they've done so many movies together, I think they was just like, yo, let's just make a movie together. Because Denzel a couple years ago was talking about retiring from being in front of the camera. So I know he wanted to do another movie with Spike Lee before that happened. So this kind of how it played out. And this was just kind of like their last hoorah together as a director actor team.
You think it's the last one?
That Spike and Denzel do together as far as like
Right.
directing and acting. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. I think just because the physical and mental toll that it takes to make a movie and all that type of stuff, for things for it to line for them to have another movie together. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think this is the last one. I think that's the last one that they do together. Which that's what it looked like. It felt like they was just having fun. Like we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
And that's actually up for outstanding motion picture too, highest to lowest. They had that over One Battle After Another. So One Battle After Another didn't get
That didn't
outstanding
surprise
motion
me too much.
picture. It didn't
I don't think
surprise you?
that didn't surprise me at all. What it was nominated for, as far as like what they being the NAACP awards,
Right.
I was like, yeah, that's where the nominees is the nominees. Yeah, that didn't surprise me at all. I was like, we're not about to see Leonardo DiCaprio for best actor up here, anything
Right.
like that. They looked at the list of the cast and they said it was predominantly white, so they said we'll leave that for the Oscars.
Well, I had to bring it up because, we're covering One Battle After Another, and I found it interesting that it wasn't, under
Mm.
outstanding motion picture. I mean, because this is something that's going to be a contender for the Oscars. And so I was surprised to see that not being listed. So you said you weren't surprised.
No. Let me see who the other
So we got highest to
most.
lowest. One of Them Days, Sarah's Oil, Sinners, and Wicked for Good. Those were the 5 that were nominated for Outstanding Motion Picture.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you put it like that, because well, Wicked for Good is the one. I guess if I would replace one with the other, I would place Wicked for Good for One Battle After Another. Just because NAACP awards, they really want to highlight African American cinema.
Absolutely.
Which is why you have, which is why I had One of Them Days nominated along. It's funny to have One of Them Days right next to like Denzel Washington and all that stuff. But no, yeah, it did. Yeah, the nominees that it got was the nominees that I was expecting it to, right in line with where I was expecting it to get. I actually probably would have been more surprised if it did get nominated for NAACP award. But Wicked surprised me though. Wicked surprised me for being nominated.
Yeah, for sure, because it's not the first one. It's I believe it's the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that was a stage musical, so they're making that into a film. So I saw the musical version down in LA, and so getting to see that live in theater is certainly a different experience than when you see it on a movie. It's not the same feeling that you would get if you're really in, these actors are live and performing and singing live. It's a total different feeling, I feel, when you're watching a musical movie. What do you think about that?
I've never seen a musical, but I would say, I mean, I've never, like a musical, like on stage. So, but I've seen theater plays, of course. So I get that same sort of, I get what you're saying. If it kind of that same aspect of like being right there, watching all the set pieces and the chemistry and just the dialogue and people bouncing off each other and stuff like that, compared to like watching that same play in as a movie. That, and I feel like with the movie you got to cut a lot of stuff out, and there's stuff that you have to change, things that you could do in a theater that you can't necessarily do in a movie. Because the set designs are going to be more, they just got to be, just everything that goes into it. But then where One Battle Another would have surprised me, I think they probably could have got like best ensemble, maybe.
Okay.
I would like to see maybe One Battle After Another for best ensemble cast. Because the best ensemble you have. I mean, either way, I still feel that this is just the award show for Sinners. But like you have Highest to Lowest, A House of Dynamite, Wicked for Good, One of Them Days, and then Sinners, of course. I haven't seen House of Dynamite, but that has a pretty diverse cast. Idris Elba's the star, but then you have Rebecca Ferguson, Gabriel Basso, I don't know who that is, Jared Harris, Tracy Letts, Anthony Ramos, Moses Ingram, Jonah Howard King, Greta Lee, Jason Clarke. So that's got a pretty diverse cast. That's maybe I could have seen One Battle After Another bid best ensemble. But yeah, that's but as far as the NAACP awards, I don't see. I think I think One Battle After Another, where it was nominated, those nominations are well deserved. I love to see Regina Hall getting some sort of recognition as well.
Me too, and I was happy to see Delroy Lindo get nominated for Sinners, because I felt that he did an incredible job. He was a standout actor in Sinners, extremely memorable. I mean, I remember Get Shorty and even Romeo Must Die, if you remember that with
Yeah.
Aaliyah,
Oh yeah, Romeo that one
way
of my
back
favorites.
way back in the day. And so like Delroy was in that, and I just appreciate his like level of intensity. You know,
Mhm.
he's got such an interesting energy, and I just like the characters he plays are so unique from everybody else that I've seen. So that's where I thought he did an outstanding job in Sinners, and it's just nice to see him get nominated.
Yeah, and Delroy is one of those. I believe he's British, and he's like one of those first British actors that you didn't really know was British. Let me double check and see, but I think he is.
I did not know that he was British.
Let me double check and see, but I believe, or at least I don't think he's from here.
Oh wow.
Let me double check and see.
He could have fooled me.
Yeah, he was born in London, England.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he was one of those first oh, but you know what's interesting thing? I didn't see this. Is Delroy Lindo, he graduated from San Francisco State University in 2004 with a degree in cinema.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so San Francisco got something popping up in San Francisco as far as their film programs. I believe Ryan Coogler went up there too. I can't remember.
I thought Ryan Coogler went to Sac State, and then he went down south to maybe USC.
He went to, I believe, yeah, I know he went to Sac State, but I can't remember if he went to sub school in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to sub school in the Bay Area because he just did a red carpet interview, and he had brought his professor with him. So yeah, interesting little tidbit. So as far as see here, NAACP Image Awards. Yeah, like I mean, I'd love to talk more about it because it's we'll you know what we'll get into. We'll talk about this just because. Let's see here. So who else do we have here for supporting actor? We got ASAP Rocky, of course, for Highest to Lowest. Domson Idris for F1 the movie. Jeffrey Wright for Highest to Lowest, and then Miles Catton for Sinners. Yeah. So I had Miles beating out Chase Affinity for Breakthrough. So I think Delroy will get Best Supporting Actor. I think they'll give him that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think so.
Because outstanding supporting actor. I mean, Jeffrey Wright's another incredible actor too. So that's going to be a hard one.
Jeffrey Wright, yeah, because actually, I did a movie with Jeffrey Wright in, I think it was 2018. He did a Netflix movie called All Day and a Night. Now, here's a crazy story. The director and writer of that movie, All Day and a Night, he's Ryan Coogler's co-writing partner. His name was Joe Robert Cole. And so I was the stand-in for the lead actor, and I got a chance to watch Jeffrey Wright up close. And not only that, but because he had a lot of dialogue and interaction with the lead actor. So there was a lot of times when, the lead actor, his name was Ashton Sanders. He was maybe getting hair, makeup, getting ready or whatever, stuff like that. Jeffrey, he's the type of person, he stays in character all the time. So there was a lot of times on that set where we was doing he was reading lines with me. We was reading lines together. Jeffrey Wright, he's intense. He's super intense. Because I wouldn't even know that we was running lines, and he was like, "Where's your standing?" or whatever. And I would just be standing where I need to be at or whatever. He'd just walk up to me like in character, just boom, like right there, just start going into his dialogue. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah, I had a similar experience with Craig Robinson because we got the chance to work together, and he's actually nominated for the NAACP award for best animated voice. So, and the Bad Guys 2, I saw him nominated, so that was cool. But yeah, I had a similar experience where he just came up and just wanted to run lines, and he started with the first line, and I didn't realize that was what he wanted to do. So I definitely learned a lot from Craig. When he's off book, he learns your lines and his, so he knows word for word.
Yeah.
Was that your experience with Jeffrey Wright too? Like that he was?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was on top of it. Yeah, he was on top of it. And then, like I said, he would do a take one way, then go back, do it the same. Dialogue exactly the same, but like type of different emotion or some just some little tweak just to give the director something to work with in the editing room.
That's cool. That was a cool story.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, the NAACP Image Awards, those go down February 28th. Definitely will be tuned into that. But right now, let's switch over and we'll get into, because the big awards is of course the Oscars, and the nominations are not out yet. The nominations come out on the 22nd of this month, so I believe it's the 22nd. That's when they announce the nominees.
Yeah, it's any day now. It's going to be coming up.
Yeah, it's
pretty
coming
quick.
up. Yeah, it's coming up. So we'll do our quick predictions for where we feel one battle after another will land. What kind of where we think, what awards we think they'll be nominated for, and then if we feel there might be some sort of upset somewhere.
Well, I think clear cut. I think it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. I think that's going to happen. Now, whether it wins, that's going to be up in the air because there's a lot of competition. I feel like I do think it's. I would hope that Sinners would get nominated. In which case, I think it's going to be a really tight race. Sentimental Value is one that could be a sleeper. And yeah, there were so many good films. So it's
and there's 10 nominees, and they have 10 nominees for the Best Picture, which makes it
even harder.
There's a lot of room for a lot of good movies. And the thing where we get like it becomes a tight race is like with like the Golden Globes, they won Best Picture for comedy / musical, but that's because it's divided up in two different categories. With Oscars, it's just Best Picture. It's not genre related or anything. It's just, is this the best picture of the year? And then that's where it becomes like, I don't know, it's whoever the Academy, however they're feeling about what's going on with the year, because sometimes it does become political as far as like who wins the award, as far as like what's going on in today's society.
I think Paul Thomas Anderson's going to be nominated for both Best Director and Best Screenplay. In terms of that, I see. And now, typically with the Oscars, there's two screenplays. You've got the one that's an original, which in this case, it would not be for One Battle After Another. It would be adapted screenplay because it came from something else. So I could see him winning, like he could win 3 awards.
I definitely see him. That Best Picture is where it gets crazy, because I still got to watch that Hamnet movie, but like I'm like that's one of those pictures that might just come out of nowhere and be all like, what's going on, But I think he's going to clear Best Director. That's definitely his award to lose. And then Best Adapted Screenplay, that's his award to lose as well. I think those are both. He's basically got those in the bag.
At least Best Director, I feel like he'll win that, just because he's been a director now for decades. Like it's been since the 90s, and I don't believe that he's won an Oscar yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe he has yet. So this is his year, it feels like. Yeah,
this is his year. They're kind of set this up for his like lifetime, quote unquote, lifetime achievement Oscar type of thing. Like, we know you lost out on Boogie Nights and all these other, great movies that you've done. You got a great resume together. So here you go. Here's your best director award. But deservedly so, because a lot of times when they do those awards, like we'll get into this, like with the best actor, like when Leonardo DiCaprio won Best Actor for The Revenant, I don't think that was his best performance per se.
Right.
But he had been nominated so many times where it's all like, okay, it's time for him to get his.
And that's kind of how these work. It's like over the years, if you're nominated, it, like you were saying, it's how do you know? How do you know that you're going to win? Like, are you always going to be nominated? At what point?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
At what point are you going to, like, because you've given all these incredible performances, and that's not to take away from anything. But I think just winning that Oscar is every actor, I would say a lot of actors' dream is to win that Oscar. I don't know about you, but for me, I just want to be a working actor.
Yeah. And they actually say it's the opposite. They say winning the Oscar is like the death of your career, especially if you're like in the supporting race or whatever. They say it's almost better to be nominated than it is to actually win, which is interesting.
Oh, wow.
That's a crazy business to be in, where it's better to be in second place than to be first. But
and then Chase Infinity potentially could get a nomination for Tiana Taylor for Best Supporting or Best Lead Actress.
Yeah, Tiana Taylor for Best Supporting Actress. The one upset that I do have for, at least for the nominations go, is where it comes to the Best Supporting Actor, because there's only 5 nominees as far as the actor categories go. I only see one of the two, as far as like supporting actress in One Battle After Another. I only see one of the two being nominated. I got Sean Penn being nominated. I think Benicio del Toro might get a snub.
Do you think Delroy Lindo would take that spot?
I don't know who's gonna. You know what? I don't think so. Unless it'd be like a big like surprise, like out of the blue type of thing. But I feel, and this is kind of like, we had talked about this, I think, on the previous episode with Sinners. As far as like Warner Brothers goes, I don't think Warner Brothers went into the idea of making Sinners and then pushing it for this big old Oscar race and all this type of stuff. So anything that I feel that Sinners does, and not to any fault of the production team, Sinners, or anything like that, I just think that anything that they're doing as far as like being in the awards race goes, I think they're kind of behind the ball just because Warner Brothers dropped the ball. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like when I see like Ryan Coogler up on these red carpets and at these award shows, he look like he just having a good time. You know what I mean? He look like he just having a good ass time, bro. Like and like in the best way possible. Of course, he wants to win, but he's look like man, I just wanted to make a movie to honor my uncle, and I wanted to have Michael B. Jordan on, and I just wanted to make a great movie so that people would go out and watch and see. So all these, like, especially if we're talking about like the Academy and stuff all like that, I think he's just taking this all in day by day, just like, wow, this is really cool. And I think that's the approach with all of them, really, the whole entire Sinners team. Besides Michael B. I think Michael B. I think if somebody was to not win or be nominated, I think Michael B. would be the most disappointed just because he put a lot of fucking work into that character. Yeah.
Well, he had to play two characters.
And technically, when he broke it down, he said he had to play 3. He said he had to play 3 characters because he said that when Stack turned into a vampire, it was almost like a totally different person too, because the personalities type of switch, and he went from being not necessarily, because nobody in that movie was good. That's why it's called Sinners. Nobody in that movie was the good guy.
Correct.
But he's that fun loving type of just try to have a good time, try to party or whatever. But then he said becoming a vampire was a totally different character too. So from that aspect, he almost had to play three different characters. And so, and this is where it gets tricky, where we talk about like Oscars, campaigning, being political and stuff all like that. I don't think that, like, because I feel like Timothée Chalamet is going to win the best actor.
Oh, wow.
But I think that's just what I think. The only reason I say that is because I think Michael B. Jordan put way more better effort into being putting the best performance, period. But I think Timothée Chalamet put a way better effort as far as campaigning to be that best actor. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, somewhat sense. But for me, it would be nice to kind of like somehow grade it on a scale that seems weighted or have some sort of a point system.
And this is why we need to vote. This is why we need to vote. This is why the public should have a vote with the. I mean, even though it's the Academy is their own entity sort of thing, but that's where you would like to get sort of like a public vote or some sort of public opinion in the matter as far as like the voting system. Because I mean, do I think Michael B. Jordan was the best actor of the year? Yeah, man, 100%. But I think that Timothée Chalamet, he kind of learned from his previous nominations about what it takes to actually win an Oscar outside of just putting forth a really good performance. He's like, you just gotta be everywhere, because Timothy's like he was like Tiana this year.
Oh wow, that's
from the sense of just being everywhere, just for being everywhere.
So do you think Tiana's going to take it down? Do you think that she's going to win an Oscar, like hands down? Mm-hmm. Do you think this is hers to win this year?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She's too much of the public eye right now for them not to give her the award. Same thing with Timothy. They're just too much in the public eye.
Do you think Michael B. Jordan will at least get nominated for his performance?
Oh yeah.
I
most definitely.
Hope that he would get some sort of recognition, because what he did, most actors can't do on screen.
No way.
Able to play two different, or in your case, you said three different roles. But to play Stack and Smoke, those were two different. But what I liked, what he said was he found the similarities between each character too. So like a lot of people will just try to find the differences between the two, but they're twins. So a lot of them might be similar in some ways, right? So I thought that was interesting. And then that technical aspect of when you're on set and the flip of the hat have to be Stack or you have to be Smoke, you have to switch at a moment's notice and be those characters. So, and
even crazier is if it's a situation like, okay, we're going to film Stack for the first half of the day, second half of the day, we're going to film Smoke or whatever. But then halfway through the day, you realize, oh man, we forgot to get this part with Stack. So now you went from being Stack to Smoke, and then now all of a sudden you got to go right back to being Stack, or vice versa. Man, people, the work that he put in, bro, and this is why I feel like he's gonna be kind of like the award that he does end up winning for is not going to be the thing that because I do believe Michael B. Jordan is going to win an Oscar one day, but I think if it would be for an award, it should be for Sinners, but I just feel unfortunately it's probably going to be overlooked. But I heard I heard that Sinners is probably going to be the most nominated movie of all time at the Oscars.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You think even more than One Battle After Another? You think it's going to get more nominations?
Yeah, I think it's going to get more nominations than One Battle After Another, but I don't think they're going to win like the major categories like Best Picture. I think they'll win all those, like maybe like Best Set Design, Best Costume, things like that. But like those majors awards, like the actor, Best Picture, Best Director, I think I think all those major awards are going to One Battle After Another. But I know Ryan's going to win. He's going to win Best Original Screenplay. That's for sure. He's going to win Best Original Screenplay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my take. If he's going to win something, it's going to be best original screenplay. He gonna shout out Oakland. He gonna shout out Oakland when he get there. When he does.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I think Frankenstein's going to win a lot of the art awards, like just best scenic design. They really put in a lot of hard work. I don't know if you saw Frankenstein, but
Yeah.
I felt like the art was the strongest out of any film that I've seen so far. I mean, especially if you're having to build a ship in a parking lot, like a life-size ship.
Yeah.
And so for me, that could win also for best makeup too, because how they made the creature look.
I think they'll win best makeup. I think Frankenstein will win best makeup for sure. Yeah. I don't see anything else.
Now, do you think One Battle After Another will win for best music?
Best music? No, that's Sinners. Sinners all the way. Yeah. Sinners all the way.
Right.
Yeah, all those subcategories, I feel Sinners is going to win, but yeah, the major categories they're probably going to give to One Battle After Another than Timothée Chalamet for best actor.
Do you think it's going to be nominated for best music?
One Battle After Another?
Yeah. Because it was nominated for.
I don't think so. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't really. I gotta go back and see what other movies might be in contention with that. But
right.
Yeah, like as far as like score goes, nah. Yeah, I don't see it doing that. I see Sinners winning at least one award for best original song. Maybe Miles Canton would win that. I think if he was, or Raphael Sadiq. I can't remember what they because what the name of the songs were, but yeah, no, I definitely see Sinners winning like the music categories, like score, best original song, all that. I see Sinners winning that. I see Sinners probably winning like best original screenplay. It's unfortunate to say, but I really only see Sinners probably winning maybe about 5 awards. But that's not bad though when you think about it. Of course, I'd like to see it sweep.
I think One Battle After Another could potentially have more nominations. It could lead the categories just because it covered a lot, in terms of a film. If you're looking at a film subjectively just by each category, it covers most categories. And it really could be nominated for best music just because it was such a unique score and I can hear the score in my brain. So there's that aspect. Even though I didn't really care for the music, it was memorable. So
it was wonky. The music was about as wonky as the movie was. It kind of went in line with the score. Then it kind of went hand in hand, which is of course that's what you want with the score. You want it to play hand in hand with the film.
And so you were saying you thought Sean Penn would be nominated too? You think
I think Sean Penn will be nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I think Benicio del Toro will be the quote unquote one of the snubs that does not get nominated.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's a good take on that.
Yeah. And then Chase Finney, she's doing a good job of putting herself out there too. I think because it's her first time like out there, you don't really know how far to like really push yourself. And then of course, Tiana Taylor, she's taking up all the energy anyways. So I think Chase Finney will be I think she'll be nominated, but if she was to get like left off or like, snubbed or whatever, that also wouldn't really be too much of a surprise for me, just only because we're talking about five nominees. That's it. That's real tough, man. That is really tough to do. Really tough.
Yeah, definitely.
But if she doesn't get nominated, I'd love to see Numi gets nominated from Sinners. I'd love to see her get nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
I think One Battle After Another is going to win Best Picture. I'll just say that. That's going to be my prediction. I do think it's going to win for Best Picture.
Yeah. If it doesn't, it'll be a huge upset.
I will be surprised. I will be shocked if something else wins. But like you said, we got to check out Hamnet because we haven't seen that. Hearing that the lead actress was incredible in that. So
yeah. And they got a powerhouse team of like the director with Chloe Zhao. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And then Steven Spielberg produced it. So Steven Spielberg knows how to win an Oscar. You know, if there's one thing about like we're talking about like campaigning and like, you know, the politics of the business, Steven Spielberg knows how to do that. So, like I said, that's where I feel they might have some sort of upset just because Steven Spielberg he's that trump card, and they already have a Academy Award winning director with Chloe. So yeah, Hamnet, that I don't know why I keep on going back to that. We'll follow that back up when it comes to the Oscars, but something about that Hamnet movie, I got to go back and watch. I need to go and watch it because something about that is just sticking in the back of my mind as far as like that being the one picture that would be upset. And because it's Shakespeare, you're talking about classical. Anytime you're talking about like classical anything Shakespeare, that's the birthplace of acting anyway. So anytime you're taking it that route, you have so much to play with.
That's a good point.
Because it's going to resonate with so many people as far as the people who are voting, people of the Academy. Mm-hmm. And then how are you feeling about Best Supporting Actor?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. I think Stellan Skarsgård might be one that wins for Best Supporting Actor in sentimental value. I think that's one that he could win for that. So I think that he could take that down. That would be my prediction. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Sean Penn winning another one because I think he's already got two. At least, yeah,
he's got two at least. I think he's kind of if it's true that he's rumors of him being an asshole and stuff all like that. I think he might have worn out his welcome, as far as like winning any sort of like major awards or them giving him a space to boost his ego any sort of way. They're like we're not trying to do that shit no more.
Well, yeah, because it's just even an Oscar nomination is gonna,
yeah.
How many times are you gonna be nominated? Are we going for the record?
Yeah.
No,
Who are you, Meryl Streep?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's who's gonna win for Best Supporting Actor, and then Best Supporting Actress, Tiana Taylor for that.
Yep.
I think that Jacob Elordi did a really good job, and I think as the creature in Frankenstein, I think that he could be nominated just because of the movement that he did. Was like if you just say who had like the best movement as an actor, his character work was phenomenal of how he was moving, and I believed that. If I'm believing that he's this creature, I mean, I think that deserves a nomination, don't you?
Yeah. And the thing that was cool about what Jacob Elordi was the fact that, when the Frankenstein monster was born, he's like a baby, and then you see him kind of grow. And so from that aspect of a performer standpoint, you're like, okay, I got to be a baby. Now I'm now the toddler. Now I'm, 8 years old now, but he kind of showed those angst that you just go through in life in general, but he did it from a performance standpoint of being a monster.
Yeah. And Guillermo del Toro did a really nice job directing, so I see him getting a nomination for that, for director. Yeah. But I think that Paul Thomas Anderson is the clear front runner to win the Oscar for Best Director. And I just don't really see anybody else winning over him for Best Director.
Yeah.
So I would be shocked if he didn't win. So if he doesn't win that, I'm like, then I'll be absolutely shocked about Oscar, him not getting that.
Yeah. As much as I said, like I'm rooting for Sinners, I would, like how you say, I would be shocked if One Battle After Another does not win like the major categories from Best Director, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress. But other than that, I mean, I don't see them winning Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor.
No, I don't either.
Or even Best Actress.
Do you think that Leo's going to get nominated? Because he's been nominated so many times. Do you think that with what he did was deserving of an Oscar nomination?
Yeah, I think especially because it's been so long since we've seen Leo on screen that it was kind of a breath of fresh air for cinema. To where they're like, yeah, I think Leonardo DiCaprio's at this point in his career where anything he puts out, he's going to be nominated for, as far as like Best Actor goes. I think he's just at that point in his career. Yeah, I don't see him doing too much movies like that. I think he might do a movie like every 5 years or something.
Yeah,
at this point in his career,
I think Leo's going to get nominated, but I just don't see him winning for this. Not to say that he didn't do a fantastic job. I just think there's that level of campaigning, like you said, that goes into it. And I haven't seen Timothée Chalamet's performance in Marty Supreme yet. Have you?
Ain't that the thing? Ain't that crazy? Like, no. And it's still kind of like I don't think it's in like a limited release, but it's not like, because it's an A24 film. So, they don't really go all out with like buying up all the movie screens and stuff all like that. But that goes back to like with the whole campaigning and stuff all like that. Like, I've seen more of Timothée Chalamet than I have seen of Marty Supreme.
Right.
But for some, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for some, but like, and that goes back to the campaigning and stuff all like that. And just being out there, putting yourself out there. Because I mean, I have it on my list to watch. I'll probably watch it like this weekend. I think I'm going out to Atlanta this weekend, so I'll probably watch it on the plane or something like that. But but yeah, like the whole with the Marty Supreme and all that type of stuff. I mean, Tyler the Creator's in the movie, but I don't so you don't really see it being pushed out of the hip hop circles too much. It's all just Timothy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that film because Gwyneth Paltrow's in it, and even the guy from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He probably put up a chunk of change too.
Yeah, I feel like if he, because he's not an actor, right?
No, yeah, he's like, if I'm putting some money up for this, I'm at least go get my SAG card out of this or something.
But now he is an actor after this movie. Now he can say, because and he's had more lines than we have in a motion picture. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think One Battle After Another will probably win about, I would say, 4 Oscars total.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know that it's going to win more than 4.
Yeah, I have it at 4 too. Yeah,
I just don't.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and then Best Supporting Actress.
I agree.
Yeah, that's where I have that at.
Those 4. Yeah, so we're in agreement. Yeah, because I don't see it winning more than 4. And then how many nominations? I think it could potentially get about 8 or 9 nominations. So I think it respectfully could win about half of what it gets nominated for. So let's say it gets nominated for 8 Oscars, and then
that's 50%. That's not bad.
I think
that's not bad. You're talking about 50%. Yeah.
that's my prediction, is that it's going to win 50% of what it's nominated. So my prediction is 8 nominations, 4 wins.
Yeah, that seems about right. That seems about
and
right.
And then Sinners, now that you mention it, could be nominated for more than 8.
Yeah, I really
could
believe
see
that.
it. Do you think it's going to be nominated for more than 10, though?
Yes, I see it being
wow.
nominated for, because I see it being nominated twice for Best Original Song, and then I feel like they're gonna sneak in another actor somewhere, whether it be Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. I think they're gonna sneak in an actor somewhere in there. Miles maybe for Best Supporting, and then I think maybe Numi for Best Supporting.
So do you think Miles or Delroy would be that Best Supporting Actor?
I think that it would be Miles, and I think that Delroy would be in more support of Miles being nominated than him being nominated. Because every time I hear Delroy talk and speak, he's always talking about the next generation, giving these other guys a chance and all this type of stuff. So I think Delroy would be in favor of Miles being nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And Miles had a more, even though like the monologue that Delroy did at Sinners was, oh my word,
right,
when they was driving the truck or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel that Miles had more of a meatier role.
Okay.
So that's where it comes into. And then I feel that, like I said earlier, I feel that Sinners will be like probably the most nominated movie ever. I think they'll probably get the most nominations ever. I think they'll get the most nominations ever for a film. No doubt about that. I think they'll be nominated in every category. But I think that
curious,
I think they're going to be nominated in every category. Honestly, I think they will, except for maybe stunts. But they're going to be nominated for every category, multiple. Like I said, for whatever music, the score, whatever those are, they'll probably have multiple nominations in that.
Yeah,
it's going to win those. They'll clear those. Sure. But I think that like we talk about like the academies, and this is why going back to like with the NAACP awards, how I was talking about, the NAACP awards is basically going to be the Oscars for Sinners, is because like the Academy, they love to nominate like African American cinema, but they hate to award them with wins. They'll let us into the room or whatever, but actually like onto the stage, that's where they're kind of like, I don't know about that. But they love to nominate like would it like say like situations like with Get Out. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're not going to give you the Best Director award, but we'll give you the Best Original Screenplay. You could have that. Same thing with like Ryan Coogler. They're like, we're not going to give you the Best Director award, but you wrote a really good screenplay, so we'll give you Best Original Screenplay. Michael B. Jordan, we realized that you played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Unfortunately,
it's unfortunate. That's exactly what it is, because I do think that Michael B. Jordan did give one of the best performances that I've seen, in a long time. And to be able to play two different actors or two different characters, and then, like you said, a third from his point of view, I just think that is something that most actors couldn't dream of doing.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time we really seen the actor play two characters on screen at the same time?
I'm trying to think of one. And one's not coming to mind.
No, one's not even coming to mind. No. Yeah. Right.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to think about that too. I know Robert De Niro did. I watched the Alto Kings. He played two different roles in that, but he wasn't nominated for that.
Yeah.
And he relied more on the makeup, the prosthetic makeup, to make him look different. So whereas Michael B. Jordan had to rely on his
Eddie
pure
Murphy.
acting.
Duh. What am I thinking about? Eddie Murphy. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy in
from almost damn near every Eddie Murphy.
All
Nutty Professor, Coming to America, Norbit, if you want to go there, yeah.
Yeah. and I think he's only been nominated for one Oscar for Dreamgirls, right?
Yeah, and he lost that one. I can't remember who he lost to, but even they said he was supposed to win. That was his to win too. And this goes back to the Sinners effect, is like they recognize greatness, but they just won't award it.
Yeah, because I don't think Chase Infinity's going to win for Best Lead Actress, right? Like she's going to get nominated, but she's not going to take it down.
Yeah.
But I think Tiana's going to win it. I would be shocked if Tiana Taylor does not win for Best Supporting Actress.
Mm-hmm. This is, like I said, this is the year of Tiana and Timothy. Tiana and Timothy. This is the year for them. But it's also a pretty good signal because they're on the younger side. So hopefully that's also indicative of where the industry is trending and recognizing these next generation of talent as opposed to always, recognizing the same old guy. Like that's why I feel like they're going to give Paul Thomas Anderson, this award, because after this, I mean, it's all about the young guys. It's all about the young guns coming into the game.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that comes to mind that's played multiple characters is Jim Carrey. He's done a lot of that stuff. And he's a guy that got left out too for the Oscars. He won all these Golden Globe Awards and he never got nominated. So he didn't even get a nomination, but he even won Golden Globes. But
I think the Golden Globes are for TV.
No, he won for Best Lead Actor for I believe it was the Truman Show potentially.
Oh yeah.
And then Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Where he kind of went all method with that. With
Andy
Kaufman.
You're right. Yeah, Jim Carrey did have that time where he kind of go like you could tell he was leaning towards those. Let me get the Academy Award, Oscar type of roles and stuff like that. But then once it didn't happen, he's like, all right, let me just do Sonic.
Yeah, now he's doing more kid movies. Like more, but I think it's also that money aspect too, right? Like if I could do just one movie and get paid, $20 million, then I won't have to do another movie for a while. I could just live off that 20 million, right?
He did the Grinch, saying that that movie gets played on repeat every Christmas. So every Christmas, he's getting a fat check.
Yes.
He's like, I'm chilling. Yeah.
I watched it this past Christmas. I watched it.
Yeah, so you helped contribute to his residuals.
I did. I helped.
Yeah. So Jim, man, you got Brandon to thank for, paying light bills and shit.
That couple bucks in your pocket. Thank me. Yes.
Yeah.
But for sure, it should be fun. It'll be interesting to see who gets nominated, and I know we're going to talk about that when the nominations come out. So that'll be exciting to be able to talk about that and who got snubbed and just kind of going forward with one battle after another or one buddy after another.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do, man. Yeah, we'll follow back up. I think because the nominees get announced on Sunday or Thursday, one of the two. It's either Thursday or Sunday. I can't remember. But we'll follow back up with that. We'll see how our predictions landed. You guys, if you're watching us on Facebook or wherever, put down in the comments who you think is going to be nominated. Where do you think One Battle After Another is going to be nominated? Where do you think even Sinners is? This podcast is, we're specifically talking about One Battle After Another. But if you're watching in the comment section, just put down what you feel might go down for the Oscars and for the rest of this here award seasons, man. But right now it's a little bit of a slow period right now. So, we actually got a lot of good talking points in and stuff like that, which is cool. But yeah, we'll follow back up with all you guys once the Oscar nominations are announced, and then we'll follow back up again when we have the Actors Awards coming up. So, yeah, action packed awards season, man. So in the meantime, between time, Brandon, what you got going on?
Well, I've got Scar coming out and the Sacktown Film Festival. That's going to be in April. So I'm excited for that. To get to see your movie in IMAX, like One Battle After Another was, like, that's a dream come true for me to have that shown there. So definitely would appreciate everybody's support coming out. And I know you have some movies too, buddy, right? Coming out.
Yeah. We have a music video that I do with my friend DJ Mike Rose called Hoodie. That's going to be played during the music video section. And then short film, Almost 30, that I produced and directed. That's going to be playing, I think, in if it's 10 minutes and up, I believe. The 10 minutes and up block. And then actually Almost 30 is actually going to be, because I'm taking off to Atlanta, because it's going to be played at the 8th annual Atlanta Comedy Film Festival. So that's going down this weekend. So I'm going to go take off to Atlanta right there to take part of that. Because what I did go onto Film Freeway and submit all the things. Atlanta was one of the cities that I did want to go to and hit up. So I submitted for a lot of Atlanta film festivals. I got denied to a lot of them. This was like the very last one. This was the one that I least expected, because this film it does have some comedic elements to it, but it's not necessarily a comedy, but there's comedic elements to it. So when I got selected to this film festival, that was probably that was a big surprise. I was like, I thought I was done with the film festival selection. I actually forgot that I submitted for that film festival.
I'm so happy for you that you got into it. That's great.
No, man, thank you.
Have you ever been to Atlanta before? Or
No, that's why I wanted to go. This is my first time going. That's why I definitely want to go.
That's so cool. Yeah, congrats. Yeah. Super happy.
So yeah, we'll do an episode. We'll record an episode while I'm down there and stuff like that. We'll hop on.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Because I think the nominations will be announced while I'm down there anyway. So yeah, we'll hop on and do that. That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Yeah. Cool. So y'all, we are gonna log off here right now. Like I said, this has been the Yeah Buddy podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Please stay blessed out there. You know what I'm saying? We want to see y'all make it back here for the next episode. So to tune in. So yes, y'all, please stay blessed out there. Stay righteous. Keep enjoying this new year. Whatever new goals y'all have, keep striving for those. Keep achieving them, because we still got 11 more months, man. 11 more months. So whatever goals, whatever it is you try to do, man, make the most of it. This is going to be a very good year. I feel it in the air. My man, Brandon Larson, tell people where they can find you at.
At Brando Larson on Instagram would be the best way to get a hold of me.
All right. Yes, y'all follow him on Instagram. Follow his journey. His movie Scar is going to be making waves at the Sacktown Film Festival in April. Like I already said, y'all, my name is Big Buddy. You can follow me at Buddy ENT. You can listen to the podcast at my website, www.buddyent.com, or wherever you stream your podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everything except for, no, not Apple. I'm not on Apple yet, but Spotify, Amazon. That's what I meant to say, Amazon, and all that other good jazz. So I said, y'all, this has been the Yeah Buddy podcast. I hope to see y'all next time. Y'all stay blessed, stay righteous out there, stay out of trouble. Well, a little bit of trouble. Y'all get a little bit of trouble, but not too much. So we are logging off right now, y'all. We'll catch y'all next time, y'all. Deuces.